Welcome to Sweet Tea and Economy. My name is Zach Anderson. We are on this podcast actually spilling the tea on the careers, the conversations, and the journeys that shape the youth of the LGBT community here in the Carolinas. Today, I actually get to have the script flipped on me with my co-director of the next committee, Sierra Harvey, who is going to put me on the hot seat, and I'm going to be spilling the tea today on myself and what we're doing. So thank you so much, Sierra. Would you like to introduce yourself and why you're here and what you're going to ask me about?
Thanks, Zach. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course.
Yeah. So a little bit about me, what I do outside of the chamber and in the chamber actually align very well. So I really focus on making sure that individuals have access to the opportunities and resources that support their professional development and support them in their career journey, because nobody is ever going through anything alone. But if you don't know what you have access to and where those resources are, it's hard to leverage them. You can't leverage them. And so I do that for a nonprofit organization that specializes in training individuals in technology and assisting them on their career paths there. And the work that I'm looking to do with the chamber, specifically in the next committee, is ensuring still that our young LGBT professionals have access to those opportunities and resources that help them build awareness and community and keep them moving forward in their personal and professional journeys.
Love that. Love that. What's the name of the organization that you're with?
I'm with an organization called Perscolis. We're a national nonprofit with 24 campuses across the country.
What kind of workforce development do you all focus on?
So we focus on hands-on technical training. We do that in the classroom and in partnership with organizations, be it locally or through national partnerships.
Love that. Okay, awesome. Well, what questions are you going to ask me for the listeners?
All right. So, Zach, why sweet tea in the economy?
Well, okay. So we are in very divisive times. And one of the only things I could think of for a regional piece, I mean, we are Carolinas in the Southeast. Even barbecue is somewhat political, like different areas, but nobody politicizes or gets upset over sweet tea. Even if you don't drink or like sweet tea, you're not gonna be immediately turned off and be like, no. Right. So I like the sweet tea part. It's quintessentially Southeastern, Southern. The chamber is about economic policies and being able to network people. We are part of the economy. We're the local economy. So it's kind of a cheeky nod to where we are and also what we do as a chamber. And what's really fun is if you take sweet tea and economy and put it into an acronym, it turns into state. So,
love a good acronym.
Yeah.
So how do you like your sweet tea?
Okay. So I try not to drink it as much because sugar is empty calories. I'm sorry, but
That's fair.
I will allow myself every now and then to have some sweet tea. Honestly, I like it a little bit lighter, definitely cold. Definitely a little bit colder, sweetened, but not like I can like crunch on the sugar granules in there. Like
that's an aggressive amount of sugar.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. All right. So outside of the house, who has the best sweet tea?
Bojangles is up there. They have some good sweet tea. They do something different with theirs. I don't think it's just sugar. If someone knows the recipe to Bojangles sweet tea, or Bojangles wants to let us know what it is, but by all means, I think Bojangles is pretty good. And then a lot of Mexican restaurants have really good sweet tea.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Sweet tea isn't something I default to drinking when I go out. I'm a water baby. I love a good water on the rocks. But a good sweet tea for me, I'm a default to McDonald's. I think I've been to Bojangles twice in my life, and I've been living in Charlotte for going on 5 years now. I've been once since I've moved here.
Oh, see, I grew up with Bojangles.
Okay.
Cajun filet biscuit, yes, ma'am.
I am a sucker for a good biscuit. And you know what? You need a good sweet tea to wash down those biscuits. So there's always that. So let's start with the basics. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's go deep dive. Tell us your very first memories. No, I'm just kidding. But no, tell us a little bit about yourself and ultimately what got you into this line of work.
Sure. So I am a native North Carolinian. I've been here pretty much all my life. I've been in Charlotte almost 17 years. August will be 17 years. And I've been in recruiting and professional development for almost 11 years. I actually started my own company in March of 2021 called Zaddy Solutions that, again, focuses on recruiting, professional development, things like that. And one of the people that actually gave me the courage to go out and strike out on my own to start something was Chad Turner, who is the president and CEO of the chamber. Because I just asked a simple question of like, hey, how many LGBT certified or LGBTE businesses are there around recruiting? He's like, I can't really think of one. You might be one of the only ones. I went, opportunity. Okay, let's do it. And I was kind of a shadow board member for a couple of years. Like I would help, and I guess a committee member, what we have now. It would help with certain things. And finally, Chad asked me to run, and I did, and been involved with that. This next stands for nurturing emerging excellence and talent. So basically the young professionals committee, or that focus is very much in line with what I do professionally already. So it was really a no-brainer. And with me growing up from 18 years old till now really mirrors my background as well. So I have a very much of a close tie to that as well. So I hope that answered your question well enough.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to ask curious listeners like myself, let's dig into the name Zaddy Solutions a little bit, because as a good looking man yourself, is this a shout out to like, hey, look at me, Zaddy on the loose? Give us a little bit of the history of the name behind Zaddy Solutions.
So it's actually not as scandalous as what someone would think. My full name is Zachary David Anderson, so ZDA. So way back when people started first saying Zaddy, I was like, oh, well, you're talking about me because my name is Zach. And it just always kind of stuck in the back of my mind when I was trying to think of something that would be a little buzzy, a little edgy to name my company. I just went back to Zaddy. I was like, I wonder if there's anything professional or in the corporate space that has anything to do with it. And that had Zaddy there. And then I had a mentor that gave me a brilliant idea of just saying Zaddy Solutions. So we solve, it could be kind of an omnipresent, like solve about anything and move my business so that the brand can stay. Because at first I was trying to say Zaddy Recruiting or Zaddy this, and it just sticks to one product. So naming it Zaddy Solutions was half based on my initials and then the brilliance of a very good mentor of mine.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. So not as potentially wild and off the cuff as we may have previously assumed.
I mean, if you want it to be scandalous, by all means. I also have another story. If somebody thinks it's too kind of sketchy, I say it's the nickname that my grandmother called me when I was a little boy.
See, that would just bring up so many other questions for me. What's grandma's nickname for you? But hey, let the family do
with some audiences, it actually lands better. So, hey.
Very true. Very true. All right. No, I love that. Thank you for sharing. So the work that you're doing with Zaddy and the work of the next committee, can you tell us a little bit more about why you chose to do this work through?
The chamber has been around, not by this exact name, but it has been around for over 30 years. So has a lot of longevity in the area, a lot of people that have been involved. And it was a very good organization to be able to have that involvement with. I, as someone that has grown up in the city, understood that there is the need for mentors, gaining mentors, asking somebody to be a mentor, and just networking with people that might not think like you, might not look like you, might not be someone that you would ever come across ever at a bar or in a grocery store or anything. It brings so many different types of people and different ideas together to where if those get married and the ideas get married, we're a dating service. The ideas start marrying, then you can very much take that and apply it to what you're doing professionally. So with that, I mean, like, why not take my own experience and be able to scale it, digitize it, scale it. I mean, we stretch from Myrtle Beach all the way to Columbia, Charleston, all the way up to Asheville. So making that accessible to everyone. So if you know better, then do better and spread the wealth.
1,000%, 1,000%. All right. So you mentioned earlier that NEXT stands for Nurturing Emerging Excellence and Talent. Let's dig into that a little bit. How exactly do you envision nurturing the emerging talent? How is Next going to engage with this particular demographic of young professionals?
Sure. So with us being on these social media channels, that's where people typically are under 40 market. Sorry to anybody that's over 40 on social media. You're not catching a stray from me, I promise. But we're just going where it's natural, and it's going to be readily available for people. So you have to open the doors, invite people in. Once people are in, then we can do more of the programmatic side. So this is slightly entertaining, slightly marketing, slightly getting our name out there, especially in areas that we haven't really have a household name yet. We have been more Charlotte-centric. We understand that. So being able to stretch that out, and social media is everywhere. So
Indeed.
There's that. There are other things that we are developing where it's more in person, more programmatic. We're tossing around ideas around having an e-learning platform where there's learning modules that you can take through our membership. Doing that. So there's things to come, but this is really the first step to creating something that's scalable and can reach scalable, accessible, and reach a lot of different types of folks.
Absolutely. All right. So how can individuals get involved, or what is there for individuals to get involved with and support the initiatives that Next is looking to put forward?
Sure. So always looking for really good podcast guests, which are good to get their name introduced. Once the e-learning pieces are up a bit more, if they do have a certain subject matter that would be good to teach people. It could be anywhere from financial literacy or how insurance works, or because think about it. You can stay on your parents' insurance until 26, then all of a sudden, like, you're in this whole new world, and a lot of people don't know what's going on.
Right.
I'm seeing somebody off camera that's approaching 26 cringing right now, so this is making me laugh. So having that ability to have those conversations, or just, so I completed school before COVID happened. There are a lot of folk that are in that, like, 22 to 30 range that didn't really get the full experience of having the networking in person.
Right.
And it's a totally different skill. And it requires putting yourself in a situation that might feel uncomfortable at first, because you're sitting there, you're about yourself, and it's totally the antithesis of the environment that we built.
Right.
So so having that is just those. It makes it more accessible for people to progress through their careers.
Yeah, one of the things that I tell the participants in the program for the organization that I work for is you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's where the growth happens. If we're doing the same things time and time again with little change to our approach, our point of view, there's no growth that's going to happen there. And, staying flat never really helped anybody. Yeah. So
that's why I think that first word, nurturing, is like, that's that parental thing. It's like, I understand this is gonna be hard, and we're here, we're friends, we're family. Be here, be ready to make those connections, but it's that nurturing piece.
It's the nurturing. And what you just said, like, you have to come, you need to show up or be present or participate. You can't expect to be nurtured if you're absent.
Right.
So again, being present in the spaces that are welcoming you, and being bold in the spaces where you may feel unwelcome, but know that you have that support behind you to back you up along the way, definitely goes far. So for folks that may be interested in joining the Next committee or becoming a chamber member, how can they get involved?
So there's several questions in there. So becoming a chamber member, you can go on the website, and I can't remember what tab it's under, but it says become a member. You fill out your information, and somebody from the chamber staff will contact you, and then you'll be able to become a member from there. There's individual plans, there's business plans, and there's corporate partnerships, but you can go on there. If you want to be a part of the Next committee, we will put our information as far as our email address. If you want to email us to be a part of Next, and say, I hate to say this, but pitch yourself as far as, like, where you want to fit in and what your skill set and your time availability allows, because we don't know. I mean, we're still getting this up and running.
Right.
So if you want to be a guest, if there's a particular segment that you think would be interesting, or if you, I don't know, if you have the ability to help us improve our podcast or what we're doing, a learning management system. Mm-hmm. So reach out. If there's anything in here that reflects or strikes a chord with you of what you want to volunteer and give back, then we're open ears and we're ready to hear it. But we're looking for it. Yeah,
we're looking for it. And in the event you know that you want to participate via a committee and the next committee isn't right for you, there are a host of other committees where you can get engaged and involved and share your expertise and talents, and would love to work with you in that way as well. Zach, it's been fun flipping the script on you today and asking you the questions, getting the nitty-gritty. Again, Zach Anderson, the co-director of the next committee of the Carolinas LGBT+ Chamber of Commerce.